So I have acquired something which could be for the collection, and it could also just be temporary. We don't know at the moment. We're going to see what happens as we go along. Let's have a look what this mystery appliance is, and you're watching Florence Ballard A3060 on film. Just excuse the rattling of the extractor fan in the background. So what is this we have here? Well, this is a tabletop dishwasher, and if you notice, it's very yellowed. It's a, I guess we could call this a vintage, no, well, almost vintage, but it's a Proline, as you see here. If you know this brand, Proline were, when we had the retailer Comet, they were their in-house brand, along with like Crusader, I think English Electric was another one they had. But anyway, yes, this is a Comet exclusive brand. This is a tabletop or portable dishwasher. It's basically like a giant microwave. But yeah, so this is an appliance I've wanted / needed for ages, because now, yes, that's Katie. She's occupying the space where the Hotpoint 7840W goes. Reason being is I live on my own, so I don't, and a lot of time being at work means I don't really eat a lot at home. Maybe just have a snack here and there, but half the time I don't need cutlery. So something like the load we got there, that is literally all I'll use. And what that means is that you get a week's worth of dishes sat in the machine. And that does not always play friendly. Now, our house is a bit of a mess. I've just been organising this, but here she is. Here's Doris. She's about to go. So, long story short, I have rearranged the bedrooms. This is what was the bedrooms, and now this is now the washer room, and that's the bedrooms. I don't have a mattress yet, so that's why I'm not really showing a lot around my house. But yeah, this is Doris. She's just had a 50-degree wash out, had nothing in there, just a quick dry. Anyway. So we know the story with this dishwasher is I got this machine brand new in 2024, brand new from 1988, never been opened or anything, used her as a moving present and whatnot. She's been hard at work since then. I think every week she's done about 1 or 2 loads. In the old place we were using a lot more because I was at home a lot more when I was doing my training days. Now being out work full time, I'm not always at home. But what it means is inside that machine you'll have a whole thing of cookware, bowls, plates, cups, everything piling up, and it'll take about a week, sometimes even 2 weeks. If I say have gone to London and I didn't have enough to do a full load, because I only run a dishwasher with a full load, because you've got to save. I mean, I don't pay for water here at the moment. They don't water me at my property, but I pay for electricity. And although that only uses cold water, I do pay for gas as well, but I'm just saying. So I'm not going to keep wasting a dishwasher on small things, especially because of me, I always use hot washers. We're all using normal wash or super wash 65. I was rarely ever using this. So that can take about an hour and a half, so now I can't remember what it actually takes. But the point is, I do want more dishwashers in the collection. I do want some more of these Hotpoints, but I want some slimline ones. These are Bosch made, as you know. They're not made by Hotpoint, they are Bosch. There was one in my local British Heart Foundation, but it wasn't entirely the Bosch I wanted. It was a 1994 version, just with slimline one, buttons this side, and a timeline. Very similar, but it's a red one, and it's got just symbols rather than what the machine's actually doing. My dad had one, but it had a dial this side, so I wanted that one instead. I think it's the SPS 6432, I think is what the brand is. It matches like the... what are we talking about? Like the WFF 1401, I think it matches, or maybe slightly before that. Anyway, this is from the era of like the 9534, 9524, etc. Not from Barbara's. So, Bosch did do a tabletop one. Again, tabletop, it had to be vintage. I did not want getting one of these like comfy ones. It had to be something vintage, because in case I might want to keep it for the collection. Hotpoint did do tabletop versions of these, but very hard to find. But they were like Hotpoint Aquarius. Again, they're made by Bosch. Bosch did do a version that matches Sydney. But anyway, I saw this. It was all the way up in Bury. A long way to go, but worth it. Very nice owners. They actually had a Bosch dryer that matched Sydney. They had a Hotpoint Ice Diamond fridge and freezer, I think, from the... They had a Hisense washer, unfortunately, but something tells me they did have an old machine at one time because they had this. I don't know, and they said they wanted a full size, but they said they had no room for it. So yeah, here's how it works. So it's like a microwave. I do need to give this a bit of a clean. I thought I'd leave that for the actual video. This would have been white. This is yellowed over time. But you know what? I'm one of these people that actually like that yellow colour. It looks nice. But it comes on like that, so like a normal dishwasher. Now it makes me laugh here because it says detergent, but obviously you don't particularly put your detergent there. They have got dishwasher freshener in that. I think there's only a little bit left. But yeah, so it's like a smaller version of Doris. You got your place settings here, so you got your cups and like mugs, your bowls, plates, whatever. You can't put anything massive in here, so that's the only thing. I might just have to, but what it means is, if it's just a couple of plates and, you know, just your crockery basket there, that's all one wash. Put that in. I need to put some salt in as well. The filter has been cleaned out, but what we're going to do is we're going to run this through the hot cycle and just get her going to sanitize her before we do her first load. I believe this is the steam vent for when we're drying as well. But I really want to get a Proline washing machine from like the 80s. They look really nice. I don't know who makes them. I think it's Ocean that makes them. So it's very much like a washer control here. So how you have it here is she's going to be plugged into this temporarily. So let me shut that bloody fan off. So here that goes. When you put the power on, that comes on. So you've got power, and that's telling me I need to add salt. If you look at here, it says Sani Econo. I thought that was Spanish or something at first, or Italian. I realised it means sanitize or sanitization and economy. So what it means is that will heat, that won't, or likely. That's probably what I think it will be. So there is no, like, because it's only a small dishwasher, it's not meant for big loads. That's why, unlike say the Hotpoint or a Bosch, there's not a whole load of things on there. It's just literally that. So it is bigger than I expected, a dishwasher, but the point is I needed something here, and I was like, yeah. Anyway, so the dial just works like this. So you got off, and then you got normal wash. It's a nice turn around. Normal wash, that's probably where it ends, and you got short wash. And I'm presuming that's where the drying is. There's no drying marked out on it. So, and then stop. It goes all the way around, I think. But then you've also got a rinse only. So you can do that as well. Rinse only. Yeah. But yeah, I like that. So I'm going to give this a little bit of a scrub. I was also given these with her. Co-op dish tablets. And these Asda ones, which these look kind of old. I don't know if these are still out, but they have been exposed to moisture, as you can see. A bit like mine. So my finished ones can be now left for any markets on it, anything on it, any dates on it I can see. Batch coated, back of pack, 0011. There's nothing on it. Nothing on here to say any sort of date. Don't think work out. Now I don't know what year this is from. I think this is from 19. There is something on the back, a code. I got some salt ready. So this is crystallized salt that literally got caught in a flood when the old Indesit in that old flat, it leaked. So my plumbing here is that I've plumbed it into down there, and again, so she shares a hose with the Maloney service. When one's not being used, I'll plumb the other one in, or when that needs using. And it's nice, we've got her on a towel, she doesn't mark the work surface, and she's got legs under there, so nice easy ventilation under there. Right, let me just keep that there, because I want to show something. That bloody thing was sharp. It's because it's wired directly into the light, so I can't turn that off. Anyway, so here's the serial numbers. So rated voltage, yeah, AC 230. Maximum rated power is 1280 watt, that's quite powerful. Your capacity is 4 settings, and Proline dishwasher model PD, so Proline dishwasher 041. That I think would have been a date code 5th of November, I'm presuming 1997. So if it is, it's as old as me, that dishwasher. So I have got something from the 90s. Anyway, might need to put a different hose on because I think that one leaks. I was getting a bit of a spray sound. Let me see if I can hear it again. So we just go under here and then just go. No, we're okay. Excellent. And this is the drain hose off her. Now, never seen one like that before. So I'm just sitting here because the drain hose there is the Maloney service. So yeah, there's no like thing for rinse aid in this either, I've noticed. I don't know if it's before rinse aid was ever a thing, so I presume I just don't use it with this. But then you don't really need to here because technically it's medium water. But yeah, there's nothing, because that would have been probably where there would have been a, I mean, you probably put a dishwasher tablet there, but I think because there's no pre-wash on this, that's why you don't need, I think you just put it there and it falls in, or just place it at the bottom. Unlike the Hotpoint, there's no pre-wash on that. So you need to give her a bit of scrub, and I've got some dishwasher cleaner here, some Magnum dishwasher cleaner. I'm going to put that through her, and then we'll blast her off. Need to kick the bin over. So what we're going to do is spray some elbow grease onto a toothbrush. Make sure she's unplugged from the mains because you don't want any nasty surprises. And I'm just going to go in that. They have bless them, they have given her a clean beforehand. Yeah. That's not electronic, by the way. It's just a spring mechanism. So if I can see any sort of, it's all loose grease anyway. I think they have, he did mention it's a nice couple, an Asian and British couple together, really nice. They were talking about old appliances. And I always tell people, well, I collect old appliances, by the way, just in case they go, oh, actually I've got an old machine you might like. So I told them, I said I've been looking for one, you know, and I've given them a little insight to everything I do. So as I say, it's not really much to do, it's just literally little, you know, little things to scrub, like around the vent as well. But you might like what I've got on my tap, I'll show you in a second. There. Only £20 that cost, so that's really good value, I think, personally. Yeah, just little bits in here as well. So I'm a bit bloody slow catching up. So I think I might keep this, you know. Proline, a brand I wanted. It's an exclusive model, so I finally got my wish of getting something. I just need a washing machine out of it that's an exclusive, and then we're done. You can see my hands. Whee! So I'm fast approaching 10,000 subscribers. I can't wait. I'm trying to see what I can do for a celebration. I did have something planned, and at the moment, that idea is probably not going to happen. Just it wasn't possible to happen. I'm not going to say what it was, in case last minute I do manage to make it happen, but it's not looking. That's really hot today. It was 33 degrees over here in Manchester. It's going to get even hotter tomorrow, so whoopie-doo. I'm working in it, but I'm only working to about 11 AM, so I'm doing a very early shift, but I love it because it means I get to just basically relax after that. Right, some numpty outside is revving his bloody motorbike. Don't know why, thinks it's funny. Didn't see much, oh no, I did, but obviously I couldn't really see it because of course, like, not having proper glasses. I saw the solar eclipse yesterday as well. Went to the top of a car park for it, because it was the only place to really properly view it. Funny experience here. We'll kind of I'm not trying to aim disrespect at Manchester here, but there's so many bloody chavs in this, like around the whole of Manchester and Greater Manchester, especially Rochdale. But anyway, I was on a bridge, just hoping to see the eclipse. This guy came up, like, kids on a boat, I think they were like teenagers or something, they must have been about 16 or something like that, and they go, he was trying to say something like, you know, like when they try and act gangster, and I was just like, I didn't know what they were saying, that their accent didn't sound very British. They sounded, to be honest, they sounded very Polish, or I don't know what they were. And then one of them says to me, the way he said it, I think he had an accent, and he said to me, you look like an arse, but he went, you look like an arse. And I said, I look Irish. I knew what he was saying, but I thought, I'll try and piss him off a little bit. And he went, no, you look like an arse. And I went, cheers, mate, I take it a compliment. Now, yeah, I could have said worse to him, but I thought it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, you don't know the kind of people. Like, Manchester can be worse than London for people. And what you got to remember in these kind of areas, that I say to people, it's not the person who attacks you that you've got to worry about, it's who they know. Yeah, you know, a kid, you might think, oh, I can take on a kid any day, I'll say anything. You threaten them in any way, they know what you look like, they might even know where you live, and next thing you know, you've now no longer got a 16, 17-year-old kid on your hands, you've now got a 34-year-old father who's got a baseball bat and he's going to literally batter you, because stuff like that has happened in the past. I've been in an argument where this teenager said something to my mum that I didn't particularly like, and I'm very defensive of my mother, and I threatened her, and the next thing I know, the dad came charging towards. This actually happened, but thankfully the dad knew his daughter was trouble, and he said, I'm sorry for coming after you, it's just she twisted it and said that you guys said something. I was like, bloody hell. That could have ended very badly. So I always tell people, just look, you know, wind them up more by not actually giving in to what they've just said to you and laughing. Or, you know, say you talk like an arse. You sound like Father Jack Hackett in that way, you know, from Father Ted. Arse. Drink. Fake. Arse. But yeah, I just sort of laugh, but, you know, sad little teenagers who, you know, think they're hard. That's what happens. Unfortunately, people like that, I always say to people, you'll say it to the wrong person one day, who would have grabbed you over that bridge and thrown you onto the motorway. That is exactly what will happen. And I always warn people that. I say, don't go acting hard because you will meet your match. There's a saying. The harder you... the bigger you are, the harder you'll fall, or something like that. And I used to tell that to a friend of mine who I used to work with when I worked at Robert Dice, who used to think he was security. And I said, there's no such thing as security here. And someone said to him, the harder you are, the bigger you are, the harder you'll fall. But there you go, that's my little rant over while I clean up. Right, time to add some salt, and we'll get going. I like doing that little life rants. Anyway, I hope you guys are all having a good week. So there's the salt container here. It's not at the bottom. They awkwardly make you put it at the side. I reckon that back in the day there probably would have been some kind of funnel. But anyway, I don't know exactly how much we're supposed to put in, so I'm just going to pour. I think it's, oh hello, bloody hell, good job I saw that. Another tablet, that'll be the Asda one. These are crystallised, but they'll dissolve. Maybe I'll put another one in. These are more like you've gone to the beach and just picked up a load of pebbles. It's annoying because there is no other way to actually put it in. That's it, that'll be the last one. No, it's staying. Probably still get the light on anyway. I can see it all in there now. No. More. Anyway, let's plug that in. No, I don't get any shocks off that. Good. Filters has been cleaned by the owner. You've got one spray arm in here as well. You might be able to see that. Oh, hello. Oh, that's why, because it lifts up. Right, so the instructions for this, I don't even know, I think I've got it from a discount store. So it says, open it and peel. Oh no, hang on. Oh no, hang on. Remove and clean, peel the layer from the lid, leaving the lid in place. So I think it's got like probably something that gets activated at temperature. They are. Yeah, it's got glue. And then it says leave it in, so it'll be the plate. There's no proper place for that to sit, that's the thing. I'll just keep it there then. It says upper rack, but obviously we don't have an upper rack. We just have that. Right, let's close her. Water is onto the machine. Yeah, this is going to be nice having this, I think. Right, she won't shake or move about. Ping. Interesting, there's something underneath. Well, that is. Right. And then put the Maloney service on afterwards. So, we want to sanitise. And then I'll turn to normal wash. That's a start there. Let's turn that off. And go. Oh, that sounds good. Nothing's coming out yet. Because there's no water in there, that's why. And then afterwards we'll have a little selection of... I'm going to like having this, I think. So this is purely just for the sound. So there you go. So we've still got the add salt thing, although I have added enough salt in there. So we'll do what the Hotpoint does. We pump out first. I'm excited for this, I am. So water's going in. Right, this is where I inspect it for leaks now. And they said it was being used up until now, so see, not as much as the hot. Whoa! Whoa, that sounds powerful. Blimey. Shaking ever so slightly. That sounds well good. Light's going to come on. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the Caston Hotpoint toy washer. I dare and open that. I'll go over it. Oh, this is awesome. Like the definitely heating. I can feel heat coming off that. Of course, you can't really see inside or anything, but that will get a bit. Hang on. Obviously, we're getting a bit steamy in there. Yeah. Does that let you see inside? Oh no, it only sees inside the door. Now I don't want to risk opening her because she might spit water out everywhere. I don't want to risk that. I might throw all over Katie, and yeah, so I'm not going to risk that. But I can tell you there is heat off that. I don't know if you might get some active steam coming off that in a bit. Then it doesn't vent directly into the thing. It's oh, that is getting hot and steamy. I can feel it. The spray arm here. I like this as well though, nice groove there. You've got all these little, I don't know what they are, Basset Hound, Dalmatian, Bulldog. Yeah, I'll leave those on. It's got a very like whirlpool. I don't know who makes this. I don't know if it's a Proline itself or if it's rebadged. It might be like a Coulson one or something, I don't know, but it's nice. Those sounds. Doris there. I'm gonna try and see if I can stack her on top of something. It's gonna be hard to do though, but yeah. A dishwasher that actually chugs. I've never ever heard a dishwasher do that. Oh my goodness. That's probably because the water can go like that rather than having to go up and behind like how the Hotpoint was. There wasn't a place for the water to valley. So filling. Let me just open the door quickly, see what we get. Oof. As there's the water in there. Oh wow, okay. That's the pump as well. So about there now. Someone else will be the drawing. Wow. That's just so hot, that is. Finished. We don't do a drying cycle, probably because no need to, but I suppose this is hot enough in there that you could effectively, you could just use that heat for the drying cycle. Even the LED light is clicking. But there you go, that's one Proline PDW041 compact tabletop dishwasher ready for service. Oh, that smells so good in there. So yeah, we got first load over there to do, and I think I'll put that in. you guys have already seen the thing, but I might do a separate video with the first load, or just to add it on to the end of this. There I am, absolutely sweating, but be careful, that's going to be very hot. But anyway, it's all clean and ready. So I'll always get to click that. So here we go. That can go there. Cutlery. There's probably not much, just 2 forks, a knife, 2 fork and knife. That can go in there, and I've got 2 plates that can go along here. So as when Bosch did the promotion for their one in the brochure, and it showed 2 plates with like swirly patterns on there. That's got some dried on ketchup. I don't know how hot we get, I'll have to measure it from that. And I think that's all there is for this load, unless there's anything else. No, that's the perfect. See, that's what I mean. Just a perfect load like that. No, that doesn't need a wash. Don't want to wash stuff unnecessarily. Okay. So apparently these use. These also use finish. The problem is with Proline, we don't know who they actually are. So here we go. We've got an excuse to use. I'm going to use these up first. Then these Asda ones I might use when I maybe get temporary dishwashers. So there's no way to put it. I'm just going to leave that there, because there's no way to actually put it. Yeah. I might top the salt up in there a bit more actually, to be honest, because it's telling me I need to put more salt in, so we can do that now. The salt is loaded, and it'll go in. So put it to a normal wash. Actually, should we see how much a short wash will do? See if a short wash can do that, because that's not much in there. So Sally as course, and then I love that chug. Now, I don't know why that's lit up, because I filled that salt container to max. I think I'm going to love using this. Love it. Kitchen looks fun having this now. Love that wavy. It's like reminds me of the Crusader drums. Filling up. And I'll show you this. See the water coming in. Hang on. Before she starts, there you go. That's how much water is left that comes in there. That's the pump recirculating. Look at that shaking. And I'll show you. There you go, we're heating up. This thing gets very hot. Look at the selection of lids down there. That's just the water hitting that or the arm, but that's fine, yeah. Alright, see how that goes. So, just found out from God Day B. This is a Medea made one, and it's from the early 2000s. Kind of makes sense, because I remember seeing these in Comet, maybe. Yeah, so interesting. I wonder what year. Maybe it's 2000 and. Let's find out. The yellow on there is nice though. I do like the look. That heated very quick. I love that. Could do an ASMR with this. If I could put a hose splitter on the end of that, I could do what I did and then have the Maloney and that connected together. I don't know. But that's good because we've got an early 2000s dishwasher and an early 2000s washing machine in. Hey! And I think they're both exclusive models. I don't know about the Maloney, but yeah, enjoy that for a bit.
try and measure this. I love how it drains like a washing machine. I can't really measure that. It's saying 30 degrees, but I know that's way hotter than that. Yeah. That's... Oh no, that is about 30. That's a cooling rinse, that's why. I'm trying to measure how much that actually comes out at. That's clean water though. Got one more rinse now. Yeah, there. It's not chugging. Well, when that finishes filling, I'll show you what I meant about my tap. I've got something on there that you might want to see. Watch this, at the end of my tap. See that? Watch what happens when you open the tap. See that? It spins. It's like a little fan. Propeller. Watch. Ready? See? And then even that, it's like a shower, so I can go like that as well. I thought I'd show that little, yeah, quite a little fun thing. I can't wait to see them dishes. That's the last bit of it. No leaks, no nothing. We're all good. It's been well looked after. Yeah, so mid-year, early 2000s, interesting. It does, I suppose, have that early 2000s look to it. Of like some toasters and kettles at the time. Right, toaster and kettle's what I need next. So it's finished. Still some heat in there though. Should we have a look? How's a short wash? Okay, how did we do? Oh wow. So just on a short wash. Which one? That was the one with the... Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, so you could effectively leave that in there because... Oh, that must be where the water comes in at the back. Okay, fair enough. And there's heat and everything through there. I mean, wow. That's spotless. That was the spoon that had all... That was caked in peanut butter. This was the one that had the ketchup. That was a short wash as well, so it didn't even need a long wash for it. Wow, okay. I'm well impressed by that. Wow. So we only need to do a short wash. Now it's actually only about sort of half an hour that took. Okay. Only thing is we just need to dry it, but then again, even the 7840 wasn't like entirely the best at drying. I haven't had a dishwasher that's got a long drying cycle. I'm well impressed with that. Well, there we go. We found a good dishwasher to use. So yeah, nice tabletop one. Don't have to be waiting around for anything now. Yeah. All right. So guys, that is my new dishwasher to the collection that wasn't meant to be. I might try to. I've got enough washing to do a wash tonight in the Maloney service. Who knows? So, Proline PDW041, made by Media, early 2000s model. New to the collection. Yep, unintentionally to the collection actually. A little crack there, but that's not going to do anything. No, it doesn't matter. But there we go. I'm well impressed. Okay, thank you very much for watching, guys, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow.